So can we move on to Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny?
Yes, we can.
I saw the image of this in YouTube, and I saw Dial of Destiny.
And you thought it was a fan thing or
I thought
something?
it was an ad for a phone company.
Yeah,
I thought it was like they'd got
yeah.
Harrison Ford to do a...
Yeah, or the Harrison Ford deepfake.
Yeah.
The youthified deepfake.
The one that's in this movie, Mason?
Yeah. And he's careening through the streets of Cairo or what have you, and then he goes to use a public phone, but it doesn't work, and then they're like, cut, and he's like, oh no, at least I've got this. Got the Dial of Destiny on my Android phone. Or whatever.
And I'm stoned.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, that's what it's actually called. How do you feel?
It's fine.
Okay.
It doesn't matter ultimately. I mean, Spear of Destiny sounds better.
I was going to say because ultimately, there was a fairly well-known, I think, point-and-click adventure game in the 90s, an Indiana Jones one called And the Spear of... Wait.
It was just called And the Spear of Destiny.
Wait, no, I'm thinking of the Fate of Atlantis.
Yeah, but there was a Spear of Destiny something.
I'm ruining continuity all over the place. But yeah, I believe there was a...
Let me check.
The Spear of Destiny,
Well, that was in Constantine. It was in Hellboy 1 or 2. I can't remember. Oh, it was a comic arc, comic issues.
That's the one. Okay,
so there you go. There you bloody go, mate.
So it's just interesting that it is so close to a real...
Yeah. No, well, people have said dial as well. Like, there's been many speculation about what does a dial mean.
Okay.
And some people have said because there is the de-aging moment, which they've said is just going to be in the opening sequence, that this is a time travel mechanic, potentially.
Oh.
And there was a further rumor from a while back. And bearing in mind, this is from one of our favourite people in the world, a legend of the game, Doomcock.
Oh, Doomcock Overlord DVD or whatever his name is. Yeah.
Where he said that Phoebe Waller-Bridge is going to go through time and redo all his adventures.
Wow. An obvious lie.
Yeah. I mean, I also...
But better.
No,
and more woke.
Look, I don't think he knows that is true, but I wouldn't put it past them to do it.
You think so?
Well, also because he talked about that being revealed at like an early screening, and apparently there hasn't been any screenings. But but look, he's not a reliable source.
Yeah, Mangold. I think James Mangold, the director, did come out today and be like, "Not true, not true.
Yeah,
all of this is lies."
Yeah.
So,
did he specifically about that stuff?
Let me find out.
All right. What do I do while you're doing that?
Just fill.
I can fill with creative thoughts.
Okay, great.
I'm just going to keep them to myself because, like James Cameron. When I go into my mind, it's the best streaming service you can get.
Wow.
Because there's just so many active participants in my brain just jumping about and doing karate kicks and stuff. Yeah. How you finding Twitter, Mason?
I hate Twitter. I hate it.
Look, it's never been good. Let's not kid ourselves.
All right. So this he's responding to a tweet that has since been deleted and the person has gone on private. Because
okay, love that.
Because they've said a thing that clearly is not true, and then they've been piled on, I imagine.
Yeah.
But he hasn't quote tweeted it, and Mangold has replied to it. One more time, no one is taking over or replacing Indy or donning his hat, nor is he being erased through some contrivance. And he never was, not in any cut or script. But trolls will troll. That's how they get their clicks.
Well, Mason, I was wrong to believe Doomcock. 14,
that's right. And please don't, he
62.
says, and please don't exhaust me pointing out how once in a while a troll is right. Even a blind squirrel finds a nut now and then. All one has to do is look at set photos and interviews and you get enough info to make wild guesses about a movie plot. The difference between trolling a-holes and everybody else is they are trying to make dollars off your feelings about other films and culture or politics. They push controversial guesses as coming from sources to gin up clicks. Let it go. End.
Whoa! I don't believe him.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but
I don't believe him. We've got a different source. This is a different thing.
I wouldn't put it past like exploring previous adventures though, if it is time travel and whatever. But also, if it was literally Phoebe Waller-Bridge going back and erasing previous movies, I don't care.
Sure.
Like those movies already exist and whatever. But I thought this trailer, despite some wonky moments in it, I enjoyed it.
And look, I did very much so.
Yeah.
I think, but also like the contrivance of going back and altering things. I don't think that's going to happen, but...
Yeah, but the bit with the boulder.
The bit with the boulder, that's true. Well, I mean, they did it with Star Trek, but they were wise enough to do it.
Yeah.
You know, the idea was, well, these new Star Trek movies are in a different continuity and all the old stuff is still there.
Yeah.
So...
What if Indiana Jones has to go back and do his adventures, except now he's 80?
It'd be great.
Grady?
Yes.
He just doesn't make it out of the boulder.
He's just puffed.
Just squished immediately. Yeah, so...
I think that's just the scene where they're in...
Oh, no, that's a different boulder.
Yes.
It's even smaller, and I think it's just a little callback. And, I know, again, there's people who are like, you don't have to reference everything. But Indiana Jones, there are so many.
I think you have to reference.
I agree.
Everything.
Also, because then I recognize something. But Indiana Jones, it's constant callbacks to previous adventures. Happens all the time. Do you remember in Temple of Doom where they call back where he reaches his gun to shoot the swordsman?
I don't remember
Except
that, no.
Temple of Doom is a prequel. Remember, and he doesn't have the gun. He
I
goes
don't
to
remember this.
get it's not
I don't
there.
remember it.
They point out the Ark of the Covenant in
I don't remember
in
that.
Last Crusade. It's on the wall.
I don't remember
and then
that.
you see it again
I
in
don't
Kingdom of
remember
the
that.
Crystal
No, I don't
Skull.
remember that.
Marion comes back.
I don't
That's a
remember that.
callback.
No, I don't remember
How are they
that.
going to get rid of Shia LaBeouf?
I don't remember.
He
that.
died?
I don't remember that.
They just go at the start. They go,
I don't remember.
You
that.
don't remember?
I don't remember.
Well, they haven't done this yet, so I don't know what you're not
Remember.
remembering. Do you think
don't
they're going to be
remember.
like, what happened to Mutt? Or he's a bad bloke and he died.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember it?
I don't remember that.
Is this the rest of the show?
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Oh, no. Do you think they've got to address Mutt?
No, great question. Honestly, first of all, I don't remember that. But honestly, to answer your question, I think there might be a line. I think there might be a line. He's off at college or
He's
something.
a bad guy and he
Because
died?
wasn't he...
No, he'd be like mid-30s now, wouldn't
Well, he's
he?
off at college anyway because he was dumb.
He was dumb, wasn't
Yeah.
he?
He had to get his GED or whatever.
In being a dummy?
Being a dummy. I think they will say something along the line because wasn't he a bad boy? He was a leather jacket wearing bad boy. So I think they'll be like, well, he's getting his life back on track now that, and maybe he'll be back in future, but he won't, obviously. But I think he'll be like, yeah, he's off at college, and I'm an empty nester, and my wife's left me probably. And,
Yeah.
And if only there were Phoebe Waller-Bridge were here.
If only. Oh, here she is. She's here right now.
That's great.
Yeah. I like the inclusion of Phoebe
Loved you in
Waller-Bridge.
Fleabag, he would say.
That's what he would say because he's got a time machine in this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, I mean, again, like, I didn't really like her role in Solo, that droid, but I like her.
Yep.
So I like seeing her in this. I'm like, no, I think this could work. I think also, yeah, there is a lot of CGI in this when people are like, we should go back to practical effects and whatever. But also, a lot of those original movies, it's like, it's matte paintings and miniatures and
I don't
whatever.
remember that.
You don't, I know
I don't
you don't
remember
remember it, but it did happen.
No, I don't remember.
And you know, like fake little cars going off cliffs. I know you don't remember it, but it did happen.
Okay.
So I don't think this looks bad. There's like the de-aging
Yeah.
looks amazing.
Absolutely.
They pull that bag off and you see his face.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I mean, look, I think what this trailer illustrated is two things. One, there were a couple of moments where he's obviously being body doubled by a stuntman.
I was going to say, there's that one bit on the horse.
Where he's on a horse.
Where it looks bad.
And
yeah.
that does not look great. But there is that moment where you mentioned where he's clearly, I think he's undercover. He's wearing maybe a Nazi uniform and
Maybe he's a Nazi.
Maybe he's a Nazi.
Sorry, go on.
I was gonna. I don't remember that. I don't remember any of the stuff they did. Anyway, he's been captured. And they take the bag of his head, and I think many people had the thought: is this just a moment from Last Crusade or something like that? You know?
Yes.
It looks so good.
Well, you don't remember though, do you?
No, I don't remember.
Yes. Look, I will say, look, I get why people are skeptical. Because of Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, because of some of the things that have happened with Star Wars, I get why people look at this and they see the floating head on the horse and go, I hate this. But I reserve the right to go into this with absolute blind optimism,
Absolutely,
Mason.
yes.
And that is what I'm going to
Yes.
do. It's James Mangold. I like a lot of what I see with this.
Yeah.
I hope I could be wrong.
Yes.
But I enjoyed this.
Yeah.
I enjoyed seeing this.
But-
it felt like Temple of Doom. Not
Yeah.
Temple of Doom, Last Crusade. It had that kind of vibe to me.
And of course, we're getting the return of John Rhys Davies.
Yep. Playing Egyptian man.
Exactly.
Salah.
Great cast. Boyd Holbrook.
Yeah.
Looking good.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you think about the bit where he uses the whip and then everyone shoots him and he ducks under the table? Just shoot under the table where he is.
Right.
He's just under the table.
Silly,
Mason.
It was a little
These are
bit
serious
silly,
movies and that's silly.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
Mm.
Like, it wasn't entirely a one-to-one callback, again, towards the scene where
Yeah.
he shoots the guy, which I don't remember, but... or maybe it was, though, because I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't remember. But it was in that same kind of...
Yeah.
It had that same kind of vibe and feel to it.
Yeah, absolutely. God, he's moving about though, isn't he?
Sure is.
For when it is him, I can't tell.
Yeah.
For the most part. Great. Should we move it along?
Let's move it along.
Yay!